One more person, yeah?
Check sound 1 2.
Sound 1 2.
Check sound 1 2.
Namaskaram and same namaste to one and all of you. My name is Davendra and I've been tasked to be the master of ceremonies today. I'm a relative of the Naidoo family. Like you, I was very shocked to hear of the passing of our brother Davendra Naidoo. My sister called me just early in the morning to say that she was with the family, and Dessy was there. So you can imagine the shock at hearing that evening that he had passed on. From the number of people that have gathered at the house and still to come in here today, it surely is a true reflection of the love that you had for the journey. He had a lot of friends and he loved his family. I want to thank every one of you for attending today, to pay your last respects to Davendra Naidoo as he makes the next part of his life, as he goes on to the next part or the next phase of his life. And I'd also like to thank you on behalf of the family for your love and support that you've given them. Because it is really at this time that they need that love and support. Davendra Naidoo, lovingly known as Dessy, was born on the 9th of April 1960. So he would have been 62 years old. He is survived by his wife, Yolanda, his ex-wife, Saroj, older brother Nelson, lovingly known as Rocky, and younger sister Lalita. His dad was Atya, whom we all called Uncle Bala. Mum was the late Mahalakshmi and the late brother Dixon. He has 6 children: Renika, Umeshan, Priyanka, Yeshni, Maheshni, and Ruveshan. And 6 grandchildren: Joshua, Christina, Kaelan, Rishio, Letitia, and Marisa. He also leaves behind his sons-in-law, Kenneth, Wayne, and Sahil, and daughter-in-law, Megan. He matriculated at the Pyarapatra Secondary School in 1980, and he studied at the Emir Sultan Technical College and qualified as a boilermaker. From the little that I knew of Dessy, he was definitely a family man, one that was very proud of his children and loved his grandchildren. Today's proceedings will follow with a few speeches, and I will keep you informed of them. And I would just like to add that in keeping with the sanctity of today's proceedings, I'd like you, as far as possible, to keep the idle chatter to a bare minimum, and as far as possible, try to observe silence. Today we have the Eulogy prayer group to conduct some hymns, a group that Dessy was very fond of. Thank you for making yourself present today. They will sing hymns all in the praise of our Lord, so that this phase in his life and the path that he is to now follow can be lit, and to also bring about some kind of solace to the family. In these prayers, and I'm sure that every one of you will have a silent prayer in your heart to the Almighty to please forgive Dessy for the sins that he may have either intentionally caused or unintentional. May he be forgiven, and may his soul rest at the lotus feet of our Lord. I'm going to get the Ilogo group to continue the bhajans, and thereafter we will continue with some speeches. Thank you.
Om
To the world outside, we grow old. But not to our brothers and sisters. You know each other as you always did. Even the same to your dying day. Brothers and sisters have a very unique bond. They know everything about each other, all the secrets. But more than anything else, they inspire the growth, your own career, and they become your number one cheerleaders. Our first speaker for today is the brother of the late Dessy Naidoo, and he's Nelson or Rocky. Rocky, please.
Good afternoon, family and friends. My task this afternoon is not an easy one. I decided to do this to honor my late brother. When I'm afraid, I take courage and solace from him. He was a feisty, confident, yet humble and simple person. He was very sickly in his youth. He suffered from wheezing and was nursed to reasonable health by my doting parents. I would never have dreamt that my brother would have studied to become a boilermaker, given the fact that he was unwell in his early years. He was first employed in Richards Bay in 1983. He thereafter worked for Glencoe Engineering in 1986, and that was in Newcastle. His final workplace was Metso, now called ND Engineering. He commenced working with them in 1992. He served this company for 30 years. My late brother was a determined and persevering individual. He had an exceptional work ethic. It is no wonder that he became the supervisor at ND Engineering. The speaker from the company will say more about his involvement at work. He experienced health problems in the last year or two and went into hospital a number of times. In the last 2 weeks, he was battling with ill health. We saw him last on Sunday, 11th of December. He insisted on attending a memorial service where most of our immediate family members were present. He explained to me that he was unwell. We spoke of us getting together later this year. Even though he was unwell, he was all for it. He died later that evening. Today would have been his last day at work, if I'm not mistaken, for this year. He mentioned to me that he intended retiring as his health was not good. It is extremely sad to all of us that he did not get to enjoy the fruits of his labor. We take solace in that he lived and toiled for his children and grandchildren. He went beyond this. He extended his benevolence to many people. He was a generous and caring human being. His love and care knew no bounds. I think in particularly my case, he was an inspiration to me. He used to support me in every venture. Whenever there was a fundraising, he was the first one to support me, and always encouraging and giving me the type of encouragement to go further. So I am truly indebted to my brother for what he has done for me. He was a devoted and loving husband, father, grandfather, brother and friend. He was a generous person. He was proud of all members of his family and was very supportive and loving. He spoke lovingly of his grandchildren and went out of his way to take care of them. He went out of his way to ensure that his children were given the best education possible. He led by example. He worked tirelessly to give his family a comfortable life. It is through his enormous efforts that his children have excelled. His children epitomize the determination of their father. He had many friends. Many of them were shocked at his untimely passing. Some of them are with us this afternoon. We want to thank them for their show of friendship that they had given him. He was full of fun and always maintained a positive approach to life. He always spoke highly of the achievements of his nephews and nieces and members of the family, and always encouraged and motivated others. All members of my family need to celebrate the life and achievements of the late Davendra Dessy Naidoo. He played a significant role as a family member. He excelled at work and was a good friend. Those closest to my brother, and particularly his children, need to honor his legacy and his wish for peace, harmony, and to see his family and friends succeeding in every aspect of their lives. May God forgive him for any shortcomings that he may have had in his life. Let us emulate the legacy of good values that he stood for. We pray that his soul will rest in peace in its journey to the lotus feet of the Almighty. Thank you.
Hari Hari Narayana, Adi Narayana. What a beautiful hymn. O Narayana, you are the resting place of all creation. How appropriate. During our working lives, we spend more time with our colleagues than our own families. They become our second family. They are our teammates, our confidants, and in many cases, sometimes a shoulder to cry on. This relationship, which is unique to most of us, often we take it for granted. But like I say, we spend more of our time with our working colleagues. They also play a very important part, not in just our careers, but often we get advice from them on our own lifestyles. Today, our next speaker is the owner and director of ND Engineering, the company where Dessy worked most of his life, and the support from his colleagues has really been overwhelming. They've turned out here in the numbers, and we really appreciate that. Please, sir, can we have Elvis Green, the owner and director of ND Engineering, who's our next speaker.
Greetings to everyone in the house. My name is Elvis Green and I am a work colleague of late Davendra. I greet you all in the precious and mighty name of Jesus. As we gather here today to celebrate and pay our last respects to our dear colleague and friend, husband, father, and grandfather, I am thankful to the Naidoo family, and in particular, Eulogy, for granting me the opportunity to pay tribute to our dearly beloved and departed Davendra Naidoo. Our association at ND Engineering began with Des way back in 1992. Des started work in 1992 when we were owned by a Swedish company called Sunds Devibrator. Des started his career with the company as a boilermaker. After a number of years, and because of the skill and talent he possessed, Des was promoted to being a boilermaker supervisor. It was during the Queensborough years that I got to know and befriend Des, who had a wonderful personality and always willing to assist. Des had a great work ethic, and Joe shared with me his time that he started at work. And most mornings, Des would be almost the first one in before 5:45 in the morning. What a dedicated worker. Des, during his career, was involved in many complex and heavy fabrication equipment. And he was always so very proud of the company he worked for and the people whom he shared each day with. He would frequently post on Facebook the completed equipment that he was involved in supervising and the execution thereof. You could tell by his posts what a committed and proud person he was in what he was doing. I also recall how proud he was when his daughter, Priyanka, qualified as a professional chef. And we shared in the family's joy. A daughter has a very special place in fathers' hearts. And you could see by the way Des spoke, the depth of love he had for his family was evident. When we moved to Hammersdale, shortly afterwards we experienced the outbreak of COVID-19. At the time, Des was affected, and more so during the cold weather. We realized that Des had a chest condition, but little did we realize just how serious it was. When I arrived at work on Monday, not looking at my messages, Mark Ackerman mentioned something about Des, and it still did not register to me that Des had passed on. When after further discussion, I was faced with the reality that Des had died the night before. There is nothing in this life that is more awakening than the call of death, and I was shocked. You do not expect, after bidding farewell to your fellow colleague, that you will not see them again. Des, you occupied a special place in our company for many years, and the thought of you not being there anymore is incomprehensible. But we cannot question God, our Creator and the giver of life. Des and I communicated via WhatsApp every day, sending messages and encouraging each other. The last communication we had was on the Friday morning, and I will read the final message that Des sent me. It went like this: the best things in life are free. It is important in this life never to lose sight of that. So look around you, and wherever you see friendship, loyalty, and laughter, and love, therein lies your treasure. That was the final message, to which I replied, Des, have a good Friday and a blessed weekend. And may God's love and richest blessings be upon you and your entire family. And above all, may good health be your portion. As we gather here today to pay tribute, there is no one who knows the time, the place, nor the hour when it will be our turn. So, I would encourage each one of us to be the best that we can. Be kind, be gentle, and be supportive of each other. The greatest God-given commission that we have as human beings in this life is to serve each other in spirit and in truth. Despite the challenges that Des faced, he remained the kind-hearted and gentle, humble person to those around him. I have no doubt that Des endured hardship that we don't know about, but even in all this, he always had a smile on his face. So on behalf of ND Engineering, we are grateful that we had the privilege and honor of traveling a part of this journey with Des. We appreciate the time that you were there with us, and we will always remember this. To the family, and especially his dear wife, Yolanda, our sincere and heartfelt condolences to each one of you. May you find comfort and strength in the days, weeks, and months and years ahead, in the sure knowledge that your husband and father is in a better place. You know, Des stopped me one day in the workshop, and he said, Elvis, you know, I am battling, but you know, I don't want to get bored. I don't want to throw the towel in. I want to work until I reach retirement. Unfortunately, God's plan is not our plan, and he decided to take Des home. Des, Davendra, we bid farewell to you with the most common Christian departure greeting taken from the book of Timothy. God be with you and bless you, which simply translates to, although I cannot be with you in the flesh, I am with you in the spirit. Goodbye. Hambana gashle, tot ziens, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Elvis Green, the owner and director of ND Engineering. Thank you, sir. There's been a lot of messages coming through. But I'm going to read one that's by Dessy's sister Lalita. She's asked me to please read the message out, and I'm going to do that now. My darling brother, I am lost for words with a broken heart. Growing up, we shared so many memories and secrets. We enjoyed being the little ones of the family, while Anna and Nelson will discipline and be our bullies. But our love was unconditional. Our parents showed us so much love and instilled so many values in us, which we carried. Amma and Daddy took special care over you as you suffered with asthma from a child, but you overcame. Our family always had unity. When we lost Amma, Daddy, and Anna, we were shattered. Losing you, our link is broken. Now you left Nelson and myself heartbroken. You took my kids as your own and spoiled them. Sarusha was your big baby, and you were so proud of Pule. When Letitia and Marissa came into your life, you were also very proud of them. Your sisters-in-law, nieces, and nephews looked up to you, and your joy was to see your family happy. You would wait for special family functions to see your aunties, uncles, and especially all the cousins and friends whom are all shattered by your sudden death, and miss your morning messages. Yolanda, I thank you being there, for loving and caring for my brother. Dessy, your kids and grandkids will miss you. Your love for them was unconditional. Des, being your only sister, I'm going to miss our Saturday calls and morning messages every day. Our family get-together was so important to you, and it's going to be hard to do this without you now being there. Des, you, Daddy, Amma, and Anna must watch and guide over us now. I love you, Des. Till we meet again. Rest well, my dear brother. I love you from your only sister, Lalita. I also have a message from Des's cousin, Paul. From one potato gangster to another, I will miss you dearly, my brother. There might have been distance and time that separated us, but the bond, love, and admiration will be infinite. Growing up together, we made the best memories, even though we had such humble beginnings. Dessy epitomized the cool, calm, and collected demeanor of my Uncle Bala and his brothers, who were real gentlemen. He always made me feel like I mattered, like I was important. This is just the typical you, making us feel welcome, a man with a heart of gold. You leave behind a great legacy. My family and I wish we could have been with you all as we say goodbye to a wonderful brother, loving husband, father, and grandfather. We miss you, your loving brother Paul. A father may hold his daughter's hand for a short while, but he holds her heart forever. Our next speaker is the youngest daughter of the late Dessy Naidoo, who's currently working as a chef in Miami, America. I call upon Priyanka Naidoo.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm the youngest of kids. Today, I'm going to stand here strong and talk about my dad, or talk to my dad, rather. Dad, I've always told you how honored I am that God has placed you to be my father. As a dad, you never failed us, your kids. You've always had us at best interest. And I'm so blessed and proud that you are my dad. I wish that I could be half the person that you are. Always making time for your family while working and doing your job at the utmost best. Dad, you always want to see everyone happy. Everyone being happy is what made you the happiest. You've done us proud. As a dad, as a husband, a brother, a uncle, and especially as a grandfather. You are so loved by everyone. People always have such great things to say about you. My dreams have always been your dreams. You always made all my dreams come true. Your arms is my home, but now you've left me homeless. Your smile was so rare, so bright. It would light up our world. You, Dad, was our light, but now we are in darkness. For those of you who didn't know my dad on a personal level, let me tell you the man he was. Honest, wise, smart, a very simple man who never really liked fancy things in life. His family always came first. We was his priority. He always sacrificed for us to have the best in life. The love he had for his family was unconditional. He made time for us till the very last day. He was always so kind and giving. He never really liked us spending money on him. yet he would spend all of his money on us. My dad dedicated his life to his job till the very end, even after multiple times telling him, "Dad, you need to take it slow. Go easy on yourself. I will take care of you, and I will handle everything, because you have always taken care of me." And his response was, "I really want to retire at 65. I can keep going. And in any ways, I'm training someone to take my position when I leave." And my response was, "But Dad, your health, it should come first." He really loved what he did, always telling us stories about his younger working life. He was one of the hardest working men that I know, and I think that's where I get it from. Us Naidoos are working people, as my dad would say. We don't stop until the job is done and complete, and that will always stick with me. I always talk so highly about my dad while doing my job. Most of my friends felt like they knew him personally. Every Friday was family night. Dad would finish work early on a Friday, rush home to do errands, pay the bills, but mostly he would go shopping to buy us whatever he thinks that we would like to eat on the weekend. Always stocking up on our favorite snacks and drinks, no matter how full our cupboards were. Dad always made sure that we were never short of anything. Whether he worked on weekends or not, it was always about family. Dad pulling up on the driveway while Ren cooking on the fire, while Omeshan plays music. And Dad then comes in and says, "Whatever you've asked for on your list, I made sure I get you extra." So typical of him. When we used to play cards, Dad was always the winner. He always was winning and beating us. Even when I used to try and cheat, he would still win. I remember when I first told my dad that I didn't see myself living here, and his response was, "Whatever it is that you want, I am here. Your family is here, and I will always help you." Without my dad, I would have never gotten an education, my license, even after failing it multiple times. My dad is the only person who never gave up on me, without a doubt. Without my dad, I would have never gotten my first car. He made it happen. He is the reason for all my achievements in my life. He is the reason why I am where I am today. It's because of his hard work. When I told my dad my plans to move to the States, he was like, "We have another destination to stop at." He was so happy. When I said, "Dad, I got the job," I remember he gave me a fist bump while I cried, because I knew I would have to leave him. And he told me he was going to visit me very soon. We always spoke about that. "Dad, I have so many places to take you." When he left me at the airport, I was heartbroken. I cried so much while I held him so tight. While everybody told me, "Dad will be okay." I would call him every day, sometimes twice a day, just to tell him that I miss him. I would even text him and tell him how much I miss him. If I had known that that was going to be the last time I was going to hold my dad, I would have never let go. I would have never left you, Dad. This was my biggest fear. leaving you is now a reality, and I never ever want to come back to. I will never be the same. I will never want to come back home, because you was my home. And you was my everything. Dad, I'm really angry with you. You really hurt me. You broke my heart. And I didn't even get to make you proud and take care of you like I always said I would. What I did for you in the last couple of months isn't compared to what I had planned and what I was going to do for you. That wasn't even the start. I am so angry that you never got to see me live my life. And I'm more angry that you will never get to walk me down the aisle one day. You told me multiple times that you are going to be okay. Dad, I love you so much. I would give you my life so that you could live. All I wanted to do was come home to you. And hold you. And now you've left me heartbroken. You was my world, and now I don't have a world. My life will never be the same again. I am sad that my kids will never get to know what an amazing granddad you are. I am forever grateful for all the values and lessons you have taught me. You was the best cook, but you were also the biggest food critic. Dad, thank you for all your advice you have given me. Thank you for being my number one supporter and my biggest fan, and always showing me your support till the very last day, even when I told you what I planned to achieve in my life and what are my goals. I remember how proud you was of me when I sent you a particular message, and you even called me. Dad, last night when Ren, Amisha, Megan and myself sat outside like we always used to, when you were here, I know you were with us. I felt so much of comfort talking about you and everything that you did for us. I know that you are watching over us. I am so proud of you. I will always honor you in whatever it is that I do in my life. My fur babies, they are going to miss you. I know they've been waiting for you to come home. Dad, I can't wait for the day that I get to see you in heaven and hold you. You was a great father and a great man, and I will forever honor you. And I will show you the world through my eyes, and everything that you plan to do, I will do it in your honor.
great friendship is irreplaceable. Great friends inspire you, motivate you. Great friends means you're in the right company. And the right company always means a very successful and progressive lifestyle. My next speaker and our last speaker for today is a very personal friend of the late Dessy Naidoo. He was very unsure about whether he should come up to speak because he told me that he's rather emotional, but that is to be expected. So I'd like to call upon Vincent Pillay, a personal friend of our dear brother Dessy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to talk in this great occasion here. I'm Vincent Pillay, colleague and friend of Dessy Naidoo. I knew Des from the time I started at ND Engineering. We were work colleagues from the time till the time he died. And we were both very close to each other. We went out weekends to chalets and did some partying with each other. He came to my house and I went to his house. So we had a good time with each other. The most important thing what I know of Des, each time at work I talk to him about his family, ask about his daughter that's overseas. You can see Des, his eyes light up and he talks so proud of his family. He really loved his family. His wife was his number one also. He always said, he don't know where he found a good woman like that. She did everything for him. So Des really loved his family. His grandchildren was his pride. Every time he went to saw his grandchildren, he used to stop me and tell me. He went to see his grandchild and he loved to see you can see the pride in him as soon as he talks about his family. The other thing is at work, we were always standing and talking. He always stopped me. I cannot pass a day by not stopping and talking to him. If I walk past him, he calls me back. So I have to stand and talk to him. He always talked about his family. He always was worried about his daughter. She's so far overseas. But he always said she's doing very well. The time we went over to the weekends, to the chalets or anywhere, there's always, he wasn't so well, walking around all that, but he kept up with us. He took us right down to the beach, back to the hotels or chalets, whatever it is, with all the steps. There's really, kept up with us, and he really wanted to show us that he can do what we can do. So with all that, Des really was a person that I looked up to. Any problem I had, I always discussed it with Des. And Des always had a good word to say. Des always encouraged you to do the good things. So with all that, we are so disheartened to hear that Des lost his life. It was so sudden. We were supposed to go in July to the chalets, but unfortunately with the floods and everything, we had to cancel. So this year we missed out going together for the weekend away. Every year we used to go out, but this year we had no other option because of the rains and the floods. But we were planning something in January, but unfortunately it cannot happen. So I just wish for his family to have strength, and they must go on. Dessy is in a good place, he's resting, he's in the arms of God, and we've got to accept it. There's nothing we can do. So I just hope and pray that his family can go on, and we will support them. We will be there for them. There's nothing that they cannot ask us. We will be there, and we will support them in everything that they want. So 2 days I say, rest in peace, brother. We just hope that we meet again. One day we meet again, and we will have a good time. Thank you.
As I mentioned to you a bit earlier, that the love and support from ND Engineering has been overwhelming. His personal friend that spoke just now was also an employee, is also an employee of ND Engineering. And another close colleague has come up to me now and asked me if he could possibly say a few words, because he'd love to do that. So I call upon Hasid Hamid.
Good afternoon to one and all of you. It is very emotional for me, for the loved ones and family. Theirs was more than just a pain. We interacted on a daily basis. Not a day that we told that he wouldn't speak about his family, his daughter, her success, and also looking forward to see her. I know time is short and all of you will sacrifice your time to be here, and you will only be here because you care and love for him. So this, I salute you as a dear friend and brother. You ran a good race. You never suffered in this world. You led all of us with shock. But also for us to realize that life is short and we should love and care for each other. More so for our loved ones. Des, I wish you well in your journey. God willing, I will also meet you. I wish his family, his wife, his daughter, his son, grandchildren, and the relatives. It's going to take a long time for us to actually realize that he's no more with us. But he will always be in our hearts. He communicates with me personally every day through WhatsApp. Not a day went past without him communicating with me, even though we spoke to each other on a daily basis every day. I work in the planning department office, and most of the time, in order to get to my desk, I have to pass his desk. I will always wish him, talk to him, and check if he's okay and how's he doing. Both of us had the same chronic condition. And I stand to correction, it was high blood pressure and chronic diabetes. A few weeks or a couple of months ago, he mentioned that he is looking forward to have new dentures. So I also told him that I also need new dentures. So I told him, look, you tell me how it goes, and if you're happy with your dentures, and then you would recommend me to that particular doctor or dentist. And he mentioned what the person was. So I said, look, my medical savings is almost depleted, but at the beginning of the year, I'm going to make it a plan to get my dentures sorted out. A lot of people loved him. We cared for him. And I hope that in our hearts, that wherever we experience and interact with him, his good morals and values can actually be a motivation for us to be better to each other, to love each other, and to care for each other. I salute his wife for taking care of him. Whenever I go past, his meals were very, very delicious, and he enjoyed his meals. So I should say, hey, you're very lucky to have a good wife. The meals that you have is excellent. And I said that you are loved and you cared for, and I'm sure you also do take care of your family. So I would like to make it known to the family. They have no idea to the extent his friendship went through the workplace and in the social media. And I am sure that many don't even know that he has passed on. It wouldn't be surprised that the house where he lived in would be visited by a lot of people that haven't realized of his passing. So to come to an end, this, I only know him as this. I salute you. I salute you to actually in your journey, that I would also join you in your journey. Take care. Bestow your spirit and love towards us that are living. Be the person to be the mediator between us and God. And let him know that we love you and we only want the best for you. God bless you with good tidings. May he actually honor you with the highest post in heaven. May it be blissful and happy. And may his family be patient with recovery. It's not easy. So I pass my love to you and to your family. And I also thank the family for having shared his life with me for many, many years. Go well, Dess. I love you, and so is all of the people and friends that are here. And I wish all of you, not easy for the family through this festive season, to be humble and patient. And may God give you strength to come through this difficult time. God bless each and every one of you. And I hope that we go home and live a life of example that we can actually be proud of living. Thank you for the short opportunity for me to speak. It would be on my conscience if I never said anything. So thank you for you people that you may have actually a timetable to attend to other things other than being here. And I think the function should have been finished. Thank you all of you for being patient to sit down till the end of the function. It is highly appreciated. To the wife, to the daughter, son, grandchildren, family and friends, my deepest condolences to all of you. God bless you, and Dess, go well in your journey. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Hamid. I mentioned earlier that work colleagues really know quite a lot about a person because we spend more time with that family than our own families. In a short while, the families will be placing the roses on the coffin, and we'd like them to be in readiness. It'll just be at about another 10 minutes, and our officiating priest will thereafter take over. So we'd like the families to be in readiness with the roses. Thank you. Of saying thank you to all members of the family
neighbors and friends for their show of support and care for the family, for the floral tributes and cash donations, for those who attended the funeral service both at home and here at the crematorium. Thank you to all the speakers for your messages of support and comfort to the bereaved family. To the Pinetown funeral undertakers for their professional services. And to the Eulogy prayer group for the wonderful rendition of devotional songs and bhajan. And if there's anybody that we could have forgotten, we humbly ask for your apology, but we greatly appreciate all the help that you've given the family, the support, and for attending here today. And we want to wish you a safe travel home. Thank you. few announcements. The final rites will be conducted by our very respected priest, Naidoo, who will now take over the proceedings. And those of you that are going to make your way back to the family home would like you to know that meals are being provided at the house. Thank you.
Prem Namaskar, Parankaru Namaste, Om Sai Ram to one and all. On behalf of the management of Python from Harlem, our Managing Director Clive Woodley, myself, Naidoo, and Naidoo, our sincere condolences to the Naidoo family. At this point, we've come to the end of the year. Brother's memorial, final send-off. I'll ask God to please rise as we do the final prayer. For all the family, friends and relatives who've been there for the Naidoo family, they would like to extend a big thank you to each and every one of you. If you have assisted them in any way with cash, kind, floral tributes, a big thank you to each and every one of you. Our program director, good job to my dear brother and his team, Gopi, Tadar family. Om Garudavaganaaya Vidyam Sarvanindravagam Devadi Vigneswaram Narayana Raga Vigneswarabhyaganam Hari Hari Deva Vidyaganam Govinda Raghurama Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Srinivasa Raghuramanindam Saraswati Mayandi Sarvanindavasaram Lakshmi Kantanatram Mahadevam Kiruvasagivadyaganam Om Shanti 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 Om. All parents, please.
Can we all put our hands together? Let's pray.
Thank you.
you.